Yep, film up. Welcome everyone to the Film Vault. That's Anderson. I'm Bryan Bishop, your host for today. Fun topic: top 5 irresponsible gun handling scenes assigned to us by one Bryan McCulley.
Mm-hmm.
You talked to Bryan?
Yeah. Bryan and I talked for a while yesterday. Sorry, Bryan, he's a giant Ducks fan, and they didn't get the big draft in NHL this year. The number one overall guy, Connor Bedard, is supposed to be the next Connor McDavid or Sidney Crosby, generational talent.
Of course.
And he was his Ducks, his beloved Ducks, were in the
hunt,
the lottery, and they're getting the second overall pick, which is also going to be a very nice pick. It's one of those really deep drafts. Anyways, I felt bad for McCauley, better Bryan, so that's why I'm wearing my Ducks, obnoxious Ducks shirt. It's just a picture of a duck, and then it says UCK. And then also spoke with him, and he still had high hopes for the draft when I talked to him yesterday, and now it's all
good. It sounds upbeat.
But it is a fun topic, like you said, and
Indeed.
it was one of those ones where I almost wanted to alter the topic early in the week because I could think of a bunch of them. And Carano and I were doing this on the After Disaster last night, talking about the topic a little bit, and we were trying to think of some. Like I know there's one where
early After Disaster, Monday night.
Yeah, we did one Monday night because of the timing of this show. So someone was just mixing a drink with. There's still some that are in my brain that I can't quite remember,
but they're there.
Yeah, there was one that Mike and I were talking about last night. We both remember it clearly, but we can't remember what movie it was. Where a guy's like on blow, I think, and he's yelling and screaming, and like at one point he waves the gun around and everyone ducks at the same time. What is that?
That feels like a trope. I feel like I've seen the waving the gun and the ducking.
I can tell you this: if TV shows were allowed, many scenes from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Every time Frank or Charlie touch a gun, you can hear it like make the gun sound too. Not even a cock sound; it just sounds like loose metal kind of clanking together.
There's a very good one where Homer gets a gun and he's like shooting beer cans.
Right.
That's right. Some of these might be like TV shows and cartoons.
Very good.
Was he also? Yeah, that's what it was.
He was using it for everything.
As a hammer, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
For literally everything.
I spent like a week trying to remember who was using it as a hammer. It was Homer.
You got to rewatch that episode. It's great.
He had like a support group, but like a gun enthusiast club, like a book club over his house, and they're all horrified at his wanton recklessness.
Yeah, and how he's using it. But I'm always remember just shooting the beers in the living room.
That's one way to get them open.
It is.
All right, should I start with the Giovanni email?
Oh, long tease.
Yeah, or do I talk more about it later?
No, I think it's time.
I don't know where it is.
It's under Giovanni.
Yeah, but there's so many. There's so many.
This was an email about.
All right, here we go.
He sent us the clip of Florence and the Machine, not our own Florence, but Florence and the Machine singer, watching the scene from Guardians where her song is featured.
Yes,
very wholesome.
It was cute. Yeah, she's sitting in the dark watching it, and it looks like she was crying a little bit.
Emotional.
And it's a part in the movie with Guardians where there is dancing involved to the point that Bryan sent me a text earlier in the week while you were watching Guardians.
I think I had just let out.
And
I was
you
peeing.
said Guardians.
I was handling my meat.
Guardians, why are they dancing? Which is, a long running joke on the show going back to Just Friends. And I'm like, oh no, they dance. There's dancing that goes on in this movie. It's a little bit too sappy, a lot too sappy they could have burned that entire scene and I would have been okay with it. And that's when Gio chimes in and he's like, hey, it's actually essential, especially if you watch the Essential Viewing, which is the holiday special, and you'll see why they're dancing, which I can't really agree with that sentiment. Anyways.
There was a reference to it, but I wouldn't say it. It's like, oh, that's why they're dancing.
So here's the email, and I'm not going to spend a long time on this, but this brought me tears of pain and laughter, okay? This is Giovanni recollecting his childhood, which usually does not let down.
Just read the email.
Does not disappoint. So he sent the Florence thing. My response was that part of the movie should have been burned. And then he writes, it's deeply tied to the holiday special, which basically sets up the music stuff. I fought it, wanted to resent it. I saw the ploy. And then he says, I'm famously a dancing, non-joyous individual, and I like a townsman, and not unlike, there's some typos, not unlike a townsman from Footloose, I'm against young people displaying their fancy freeness due to my own internalized repression from being evicted from our apartment for dancing at 8 p.m. on my 10th birthday for less than 10 minutes because the Eddie Bauer edition Ford Explorer driving neighbor below with no vagina plans, nor even bag of coke on a Saturday night, decided to ruin the lives of a single mom on welfare upstairs and try to make her homeless for trying to give her son a moment of joy with his friends. I hope that ginger bitch is long dead inside his Eddie Bauer edition casket. So I had Jillian read that, and she also found just the idea of little
10-year-old Geo.
chubby Geo, like 10-year-old chubby Geo going, we can dance, Ma? We can dance? And then it's just within like at the 9-minute mark.
Son.
At the 9-minute mark. So I wrote this, legitimately made me laugh for a few moments. I hope you're embellishing as it. I would feel bad if you're not. The idea of you as a little 10-year-old trying to have a moment of fun, and then with these results is so tragically hilarious. And then he writes on, and this is the last, and I'll let it go. You literally just, this is Gio, you literally just made my day by telling me that. I was driving, doing the uncontrollable evil laugh I sometimes do while alone and contemplating, is he dangerous? Should we be worried? And contemplating my own existence like a movie of personal tragedies that mostly features me being correct. It's actually worse. No prior, and this is now back to his 10-year-old story, no prior noise complaints. The soft dick landlord literally, this can't be true. No, I don't want more evidence, which is not evidence at all. It's just more Geo paragraphs about the incident. Okay, so Geo, just, it ends here, but I love the story. He goes on to say, the soft dick landlord literally told my mom in front of me while I was 10, we didn't have an option to stay even if I apologized to the man. My mom made me apologize to the man downstairs, and he essentially told me to fuck off through his cracked door as I cried. And I don't recall, but I presume was my mom's character, as he likely tried to fuck her back in 1993 when she was young and thin and pretty. The landlord said she was on housing and welfare, and he worked for Microsoft, so he had more rights and had to keep him happy. I don't think that I can't imagine anyone saying that unless they're in a poorly written movie where they're trying to be painted as a villain.
I'm telling you, this is the origin story of a supervillain.
I'm pretty sure that conversation is illegal, you think? Let alone the actions. I know it was only 10 minutes, as my mom declared it was 8 p.m., and after my actual birth time, we had only a few minutes until the 8:30 p.m. showing of The Nightmare Before Christmas that we'd been waiting for 11 days to see. How does he even remember these things? It was my last birthday party or birthday with like balloons and stuff that with a cake and all that ever in my life.
10 years old is all you old.
I never danced again, missed all school dances, and I don't even have a Dylan McKay cool guy I don't dance policy. You finding this funny and laughing had made it even more cosmically hilarious to me. This was healing. I'll think up some more childhood trauma for you to laugh at.
This should be a regular bit.
This might be a new form of therapy for me. My face hurts from smiling. No bullshit.
Please include Avery, because I would like him to read these.
And then my final email to him.
Oh, I saw it.
I know, I'd like him to read them on the air.
Yes.
And then my final email was, can I read some of this on air? And he says, all of it, go for it. So thank you, Gio, for... I mean, Bill Burr talks about this on his podcast too, and he gets in trouble for laughing at that thing. And it all started with him being on a plane with his now wife, and he was laughing like to the point that it was distracting other flyers, other what are they called, passengers. And his wife goes, "What are you?" And she leans over and she sees he was watching Precious. Because there's something very funny when they go over the top with the tragedy.
The tragedy porn, yeah.
Especially if you've experienced it and have had your own troubled past.
Yes, exactly. I think that's what, I think you're exactly right about that. If you've experienced massive trauma as a young person, I think you can see the
normal, healthy, well-adjusted people don't quite get it.
Yeah.
But if you've lived it or it's not a hypothetical experience.
Bill Burr, like he and his wife went to see The Whale recently, and she read him the riot act on the way in, like you were not going to be, and like it didn't, like he was like
that made it worse.
He appreciated how great a movie it was, but he also found another avenue to enjoy this movie that most people don't.
It's true.
But I like when we watched Patch of Blue. We watched that as a group with our watch-alongs, and I let everyone know that I find it hilarious. I don't know if everyone will. And
I think it's meant to be.
I think a lot of people did not see the humor, but it is very funny. That blind woman running into the bush, the rose bushes at the end, and falling down and her glasses flying. It is fucking hilarious.
Why was she wearing glasses?
Because she's blind.
Sunglasses.
She's very, very blind.
Sunglasses,
yeah. Shelley Winters just screaming horrible racist things.
That was like when I watched the Killing Fields. It was just maybe the bleakest movie I've ever seen.
I still have not seen that.
It's so long, and I mean, it's just spoilers, but it's not spoilers. It's like what, like 3.5 hours long. It's none of it's. joyous, or you don't smile a single time, and it's just so unforgivingly bleak that at the very end he's almost escaped, and he's with some other person who's like a former prisoner of war, and that guy's carrying a kid on his back, and there's like 10 minutes left in the movie, and they can see safety, and the guy he's with is carrying a kid and just steps on a landmine and explodes. I lost him because it's just you couldn't just bend
let him go 10 more steps.
You can't. Have we not seen enough? And I just lost it.
I appreciate that. Don't give it like a nice bow on the end if you don't.
Oh, it's clearly played for laughs.
It's just he's right there. Can he not have one thing? No, he can't.
Very good. Sexy bleak endings. All right, thank you, Gio, for some good laughs. And Atticus, the worst part of when I was reading that email, it was just yesterday, and Atticus is sitting on the couch soon after he came home from school, and he kept saying, "What, Daddy? What, Daddy?" And my dumb brain is like, is there any way that I can explain this to my 6-year-old? There's no fucking way. I'm like, Gio Johnny's.
A lot of backstory there.
Gio Johnny's telling me something funny, and then he saw his mom laughing in the same email, and now Atticus has to know. I'm like, Gio Johnny just has a funny story about dancing and how he got in trouble for it. That's about worried. Okay, thanks, Gio. Let's talk Bryan McCulley's list here.
Yeah.
And his list will be represented in red. He will be representing his list, but I guess by proxy, Avery will be reading his list.
Can we set the table with Bryan? Is he a gun owner? Is he a gun enthusiast?
I don't think so. He's a teacher. Oh. He's a professor. He's given plenty of support to this program. He's had many, many lists, and he's been around for a while. I met him at a screening of Groupers back in 2018 maybe, down in San Diego. Very, very good guy. I've talked to him on the phone multiple times. Sends us beer. He's the beer guy.
Oh,
sends
yeah.
us beers. One of the guys. We get beers from a few, but he sent him more beer than anyone else has. In fact, I have a very fancy beer that's been sitting in my fridge for like almost a year now that I'm waiting for a special enough occasion to drink that Bryan had sent me.
You got a birthday coming up.
I do. I wasn't going to talk about that.
Well, I was. Because I got you a present.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like this, Bryan.
I got you a gift for your birthday.
Okay. Can you give it to me next week?
No. Your birthday's in like 2 days, right?
You know what's weird?
What?
We first sat down to do this show, or a version of this show, in my 20s. We're going to be doing a show next week, this show, and I'll be in my 50s.
Jesus Christ.
I know. 20s to 50s.
Spans several decades.
That's 4 decades of life.
As I can count, yeah. Would you like
Too much.
Would you like your gift?
It's time to end. It's a check, right? Can I have my check?
No, it's actually.
Pay bills. A check for the show. I mean, is what I'm saying, not a present check.
You give me a lot of.
Oh no. A
lot of grief.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it justified.
I think I might know where you're going.
I would be shocked.
All right, I'm going to write it down.
I can't imagine a world where you would guess this.
All right. Now it's going to be embarrassing if it's not it.
Can Avery verify though? What
no, not until after you say it. Hands
off. Own type, yeah. I didn't see what it was, but
there's a lot of valid criticisms of me.
The valid word, the fact that you go there and admit that's what makes me love you so much.
There's valid, things that
one of the many things.
Things that I can improve. However, I like to think one of my better qualities is I'm very, I'm considerate.
Mm-hmm. You are.
I like to think that ever since my debacle of the first year of our gift exchange, where I brought the Girls Next Door DVD, which actually not that bad.
It was a box set, yeah. No one wanted it.
I feel like I bring consistently the most interesting gifts.
Okay, you are patting yourself on the back.
Bad News Bears jersey.
That was good.
The mug, what was it? This is.
You're talking about
Democracy Manifest.
Yeah, Democracy Manifest.
So I pay attention, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you
so
do.
When you bring things up, when you say I love Bad News Bears,
right.
or this thing is hilarious, or whatever, and you said something.
I didn't wind up with either one of those gifts, just to be clear.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
If you were really considerate, you'd make sure that the person.
Yeah, that's right. I also like games of chance. So I pay attention to things that you say on the show.
Yes.
And you said something once. This was over a year ago. That. Stuck with me. I thought, wow, wouldn't it be nice to do that for Anderson? Mm-hmm. You said your favorite movie of the last, 10, 20 years.
It's a ghost story, yes.
You remember what you said?
I said a lot of things about a ghost story.
It's my favorite movie. I've never even seen it in a theater. You said that.
I did.
because you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
I'll have you know.
Uh-huh.
I arranged
Yeah?
for a special screening
What?
of A Ghost Story,
What?
and not just a theater.
Mm.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
IMAX.
What?
IMAX theater
How
for your birthday.
How did you do this?
Well, the catch is you have to go to USC with my friend Alex, and he has arranged to have their IMAX theater show A Ghost Story
Okay.
at your convenience.
This is phenomenal.
It's very exciting.
This is amazing. Are you
Yeah.
coming?
If I'm invited.
You're invited. This is
I actually have no idea how many seats it is.
I'm afraid. Well, I mean, I imagine there's at least 2. What if I cry a lot?
You probably will.
I was going to say,
I'm
what do you
going
mean,
to.
what if?
I know I'm going to be overwrought with emotion.
You can invite whoever you want.
Bryan, this is so thoughtful and creative, and thank you very much.
Yeah,
and
of
film
course.
related, it works. It's perfect.
It's
Thank
perfect.
you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Happy birthday.
Thanks,
you
man.
only turned 50 once, and
Just to be clear, you said 50, not 51. You said 50 once.
One time.
Yeah, you only turned
One
50
time,
one time.
comma. You only turned 50.
Shocking that I'm 50.
I am-
Shocked.
I
Shocked
can't
by
believe
this.
you made it. I can't believe. Hey, to define the odds.
I meant more like I don't feel 50. I don't
Oh,
look
okay.
50. I
Oh,
don't
I
act
see, I
50.
see,
I
I
mean, I
see.
was going more down into that.
That's what I meant. too.
Less the the actual survival part, which is what the hell, Bryan. This is very nice, very creative. Thank you very. Plus,
You can
I would
bring
love
your
to see
wife.
Alex.
You can
Alex
bring-
will be there.
You
I'm
can bring
assuming,
your
right?
wife.
She's not seen the movie.
I thought she bailed out at the pie eating. No, am I wrong about that?
That was
No.
Tyler.
Oh,
No, a lot of people do bail out of the. No, I explained the movie to her and then started crying, and then she started crying, and that was because I brought Alex. I brought Atticus into the equation. And I was talking about how we're all here for such a small blip
Sure.
in this movie, really. Because this is when I was still changing Atticus on the changing table, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. He's gonna die one day.
oh Jesus.
Yeah, it was bad. Oh my god, this movie!
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
IMAX.
He cranked the sound with
I
that fucking
know.
score by heart. Oh my
Think
god,
about
I'm
that.
excited.
It's exciting.
Wow.
So yeah,
Floor to
I'll-
ceiling pie.
Avery, can you come?
It depends on when.
It really, Alex has agreed to work with you to set up a date that works.
Okay.
So whenever is convenient.
Fantastic. He's not getting fired anytime soon, right? I can take a rain check and like, do
Unlikely.
it.
He's
In a few months?
He's ensconced.
Okay, cool. Good. I have a couple of his DVDs I've been meaning to return for quite some time
perfect,
too. So.
perfect time.
Yes. All right.
All
Thank you,
right.
hey, Bryan. Thank you very much.
You're
That's
welcome,
very.
man.
The
Is
bar has been raised.
I've been excited to give that to you for a while. It took a little doing.
I'm very happy that it's not what I thought it was, which was
was?
I thought you might have somehow. Now that I think about it, it doesn't make sense. Reached out to the Loaded for Bear guy and made some kind of arrangement
Oh.
that we could have appointed. And I'm like, I hope that's not the case because of what I just said. How I'm kind of happy that didn't work
Right.
out, and then you would feel like all your efforts were for naught. So I typed down Loaded for Bear.
That's not what I did.
Doc.com is where you go.
I did reach out to no.
All right, because you
That's
kept
what
bringing it up.
I did. I got.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, Avery. Okay, thank you, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Very excited.
Yeah. Exciting.
Oh yes, this is fantastic. IMAX,
Yeah.
IMAX, and it'll work too because it's a square.
I know.
Oh, I'm excited. All right,
It's exciting.
I am. It's very exciting. Bryan, thank you.
Yeah.
and thank you very much.
No, I'm sincerely excited for you.
It's so profound. It's such a profound movie too. Like, I don't use that word loosely, and it will this. When I see this in IMAX and I'm completely enveloped in it, and it's all encompassing. What's the word?
Immersive.
Immersive. Like, it's gonna affect me for days, if not weeks, to come. Like, it's gonna get.
That's right.
It's always in my brain.
What if you
but
can't ever watch it again because you saw it in IMAX?
That's-
you
it's
keep
not
hitting
gonna
up Alex to go back. Hey,
Yeah.
buddy.
Alex, I need some.
Need a fix.
I need somebody. Just a scene, please, buddy. I'll even take the pie eating scene. Just give me something.
Just a
It's
taste.
just the credits.
Oh, I'm excited. All right. Cool.
All right.
Would have been better if you said Fury Road, Duncan.
That would be good.
I just did a lot of talking. You want to start?
Yes.
Number 5?
Number 5 for me.
Did you guys talk criteria for this? Was there
There
criteria?
had to be gun handling,
Yeah.
and it had to be irresponsible.
I think because we kind of pulled off the same list. Bryan was great in sending me, because I even looked where you looked. I guess I didn't look in the right place, but Bryan sent me a reference, which was very helpful. I ended up sending that to McCauley as well.
Oh.
Because this is not an easily researchable
No.
topic. As you heard at the top of the show, where I was trying to recall a movie that turned out to be Homer Simpson in a random episode of The Simpsons. So I thought a little outside the box, too. There's some great ones on my also ran list that I imagine will show up on the listeners or yours. But my number 5 is a scene that has come up before. And it is a scene that I think is very funny for tragic reasons. This scene involves Bruce Willis and Jack Black. Peaches. And it's when the Jackal comes across he has a gun delivered to him by Jack Black. Jack Black's character, who is a gun creator. He creates guns like by order. And the Jackal, who is a heartless motherfucker, decides to test the gun on the delivery boy, or the guy that actually made the gun for him. And he does so by having Jack Black's character go far out, hold up a target. Jack Black's character is not real pleased with what's happening. Turns out that it needs to be calibrated, which Bruce Willis, the Jackal, learns after blowing off Jack Black's arm. So then he's like, hold still. He's getting mad at him. This was on a list not too long ago, but it's a scene
sounds familiar.
From a middling movie. But this scene will forever stick with me as tragically funny. And this is, while he's very methodical and precise with what he's doing with the gun, and he's doing it for his own diabolical purposes to make sure that the gun's dialed in before he goes out and does whatever terrorist act that he's leading up to, which you will only know if you see this movie. I feel like it's irresponsible the way that he's using a human life to calibrate the gun. So that's my number 5.
That's very responsible.
It's very, I would consider this very. Now, how many of yours are comedies too? That's something.
One, two, just 2.
Interesting, because I thought they were all going to be comedies when I first sat down to do the list, but I guess only 1 really, arguably 2 for me. My number 1, and my number 1 might be might you might have a problem with it. We'll see.
You would never call number 1 of mine a comedy. However, I believe it is played for laughs in a dramatic film.
Okay.
Number 5 for me. Anderson, I don't know if you can read this. Can you read what's on my shirt? Can you read that?
Ray's Music Exchange.
That's right. That's where number 5 takes place at Ray's Music Exchange in Chicago, Illinois. It's owned by Ray Charles, and the Blues Brothers.
Okay.
Ray, it would be irresponsible to fire a gun between 2 customers at another customer who's trying to steal a guitar off the wall.
I feel like firing at a customer, period. You don't even
Firing
need
at a customer,
you don't
period.
need the other 2 flanking for it
Firing
to be
at a child customer, even more egregious.
like a kid or like 17-year-old? What are we talking about?
like 8.
Oh.
Like 8 years old. Also, being blind probably is the final straw of irresponsibility.
Yeah.
For even owning a gun.
Now, we led to believe that this is an actual occurrence that occurred, an incident that actually happened.
I mean,
it's a biopic, right?
Yeah. It's a Ray Charles origin story.
Oh, this isn't a Ray Charles movie. This is the Blues Brothers.
No, Blues Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, he has Ray's Music Exchange. He is he defends his story, understand, by firing.
Is it Ray Charles? It's supposed to be Ray Charles, though?
It is Ray Charles.
It's actually him doing it, and it's him playing himself.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But then he goes into the song, remember? Shake It Tail.
I don't remember that. I saw this movie
You've
begrudgingly.
seen it hundreds of times.
Seen it twice. Once when I was a child. Once I think you assigned it, and it was better than I remembered it as a child, but still not something that I'm gonna.
We should do a watch along.
We should watch it in IMAX.
You bite your fucking. I got a birthday coming up.
Okay, good. Yes, I don't remember.
That seems like a Hall of Fame Bryan movie. It's Blues Brothers.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. Do you feel...
It totally does.
Do you feel any hesitation now to be mean to me that I've given you such a nice gift?
No.
Okay, good. No. Good. I don't want that to affect our relationship.
It won't. It won't. What I like about it is you had to ask a favor of another friend, which I know you don't like to ask things of people. So I know what it means.
But I also don't mind if it's I don't mind effort. I mind cost. You know what I mean? Like if it had cost Alex something, I would have been like,
oh yeah. Well, I mean, you would have, if that was.
I would have covered it, of course.
But all it cost was some juice.
That's right.
Oh yeah, this is a juice.
This is a juice move.
Yeah.
Juice pull.
All right, we'll talk about it.
You got to wear USC gear.
Does Alex like the movie?
I'm pretty sure he loves it.
Did it come up?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because we have talked about it in
It's
the
not
past.
Italian. I know he's got a penchant for Italian cinema. You know what's weird?
What's that?
Actually, not weird to anyone but me, but I was driving on my way to the studio today in bumper rush hour traffic while dealing with road rager right behind me.
Yeah, not inside your car, outside the car.
Yeah, I was not. I rarely rage on the road, but yeah. Anyways, I get a FaceTime call from a number I don't recognize. It's a friend I haven't talked to or seen in 15 years. He's FaceTiming me from Italy.
Mercury retrograde.
So I'm talking to my buddy in Italy. For 10 minutes on the way here,
driving
FaceTime.
down the freeway.
Driving down the freeway was bizarre.
That is surreal.
He was showing me like where he's like, this is what gets you $2,000 a month. Get you. It was like a 8-bedroom house or something,
Jesus.
4,000 square feet.
Gee, I gotta get to Italy.
I was gonna say.
Braylo, Steve Braylo. I haven't
what are
talked
we
to him
doing here?
forever. All right, number 4 for me is a movie that we both.
Wait, what
saw.
about
Oh
you got the
yeah, of
list?
course,
McCauley?
McCauley.
Yes,
Sorry,
McCauley.
better Brian. My God, I'm all over the place.
And he's
My
got
God.
clips. He's got clips.
Oh, okay. Are they edited clips? That's the
Yes, they
question.
are.
Okay.
Number 5 is Rocco in the Boondock Saints. I feel like
Great
this one's pretty well known, but I had to put it on the list. After a night of drinking, Rocco slams his fist down on the table, causing a gun to fire and absolutely destroy a cat. Nothing left of it. After inspecting it themselves for wounds, Rocco asks this fantastic question.
Fuck it. I'm doing it. It is. Oh my god. I'm hit. Motherfucker. I'm hit. The fuck? I can't believe that just fucking happened. Is it dead? Oh my god.
It is very dead.
That's a very good one. There was one that he has on his list that I may or may not have been on the list, but I'm like, I told him in real time. I'm like, that's a great call. It's yours. I'm not taking that one. It's so good. I'm glad to know that it's being represented on today on this week's list.
With a clip.
Number 4 for me.
Yeah, please.
It's a movie we recently caught up with, thanks to Eric Robbins assigning it to us, if you recall. I think so, or maybe I just watch this by myself because Eric assigns me movies. The Mexican, you watched?
Oh,
this,
yeah,
right?
it was assigned to us.
Yeah, it was assigned to us. The Mexican, if you recall, the inciting incident, and a very important plot point, is due to the locals in the titular Mexican firing into the sky for celebration.
Those bullets got to come down
Those bullets, what goes up, unless you have a very powerful gun and it just goes into space.
goes in the stratosphere and just floats.
Theoretically, it would just never stop, right? If it could get past, like if you shot a gun in space, it would be traveling until it hit something forever.
Or it would end up losing momentum and just floating in space junk.
It would
in orbit.
It would find an orbit, yeah,
Well, I mean, it would in our orbit, it
or
in
somebody's
the stratosphere.
orbit. No, if you were in space, like let's say you're like on the moon, you shot from the moon, like they're playing golf because they're not NRA members, but like let's say they're country club guys.
That's interesting. Yeah, because there's no atmosphere in space, so eventually
it would never lose momentum.
get to someone's orbit.
Oh, but maybe it couldn't fire. Do you
No,
need
because
oxygen?
the actual gunpowder. Although, can things catch fire in space?
No, they can't.
Because
It needs oxygen.
There's no
Yeah.
oxygen. Yeah.
But it could still maybe get that initial,
Burst,
yeah,
hammer.
the hammer. People are really upset because in my research and all of our research, we were finding lots of gun discussion and like there's a lot of gun. I hesitate to call them nuts because I don't want to,
Enthusiasts.
gun enthusiasts, some of which were probably nuts, who spend time on message boards angry with Hollywood for getting it wrong. And
That does happen.
a lot of chatter about why do they always pull back the hammer in a Hollywood movie? Why do they do that? I think it's probably for dramatic effect.
Dramatic effect, I would say.
And I'm sure people do it in real life because of Hollywood
That's
too.
right.
So like, now it's like life imitating art, imitating life. So yeah. Anyways, the locals firing wildly into the sky in the Mexican. I'll leave it at that. But it has implications.
The
Implications.
bullet's got to land.
All right.
Number 4. Mentioned previously, teased that I would be mentioning Joaquin Phoenix. And there's a couple examples in Joker of poor gun handling. One, he's flashing a gun in his house. He's like role playing, cosplaying, fantasizing about the gun, and it goes off. And what is that? Oh, I'm watching a war movie or something like that. However, the most egregious is Arthur in his full clown getup. He's performing his clown routine for kids in a children's hospital. And the song is "If You're Happy and You Know It." And
Right.
he's doing exaggerated, stomp your feet, clap your hands, all that stuff. And when he bends over at one point, a revolver falls on the ground, and he clumsily I think he actually kicks it before he can pick it up. And of course, the kids all see it. And there's a very awkward moment where he's like,
Finger over the mouth.
finger over the mouth, and the kids giggle, and then we smash cut to Arthur in a phone booth being fired from his job.
Yeah, it's a fireable offense.
Justifiably.
Fireable offense. I'd agree with that.
I don't think you're allowed to drop your gun at any workplace.
No workplace.
I don't think any workplace.
Even like if you work at a firing range, I think that would be frowned
Yeah.
upon, right? Unless
I'll bet it happens.
Unless you're
There's one
slapping it out
place.
of someone's hand who's about to use it on someone else.
But that's not dropping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
The only place you're allowed to, I think, is like one of these gun dismantling, burning manufacturing where you drop it into the fire. I think that's part of the job.
And at one of the foundries where you just
Yeah. They just turn it into an iron.
Outside of that specific
Liquid
example,
iron. Yeah.
I don't think it's ever okay.
Never okay to drop a gun. Yeah. Unless you're part of like a scientific board that's trying to figure out if Newton's laws is real.
you
You're
use a
testing Newton's law of
Yeah,
gravity?
still. Yeah.
Okay. With guns.
I mean, various objects. The
Sure.
feather gun,
All right, what's McCauley's number?
bowling ball.
gun. McCauley's number 4 is Seth Rogen and Bill Hader in Superbad.
Very good.
Coolest cops you've ever seen if you're McLovin. They're irresponsible throughout, but handing McLovin a pistol to let him fire at a still burning patrol car seems like the peak. And he's got a clip of this as well.
Can we shoot at it?
I don't know. Can you?
Hands him the gun.
There's some gunfire coming here.
Break yourself, fool! Tight.
Tight. I like that movie, but I remember the cops were the part that kind of were just too much.
Oh, I loved it.
They were just too much. I think I was too old by the time I saw it, and I was like, "There's no cops in any universe that act like this.
Yeah,
It's just too much."
I saw this in high school, and it was the funniest thing I've ever
perfect.
seen. It was
yeah,
great.
I think I was too old.
I passed the liquor store where he does his first thing. It's over by Corolla's old
Oh, is
studios.
it?
Yeah,
I don't know that.
to pass it a lot. All right, number 3 for all of us. Then we take a
Please,
quick
yeah.
break. Huh?
Yeah.
Number 3 for me is I can't spend too much time on this one, but this is a movie called Monos, which people really, really liked. I liked it. I didn't love it. I wanted to love it, but essentially it takes place in the South American jungles, and it's this band of kids who have taken a hostage as well as a cow that was very valuable. And they are all armed, and it's essentially like a realistic look at Lord of the Flies, modern day. And what the kids do with the cow and the gun, for those of you who have seen Monos, it is exceptionally irresponsible and kind of ruins the entire. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But the cow, the kids with
What
the
happens,
cow
what happens to the cow?
and the gun, they teach the cow to shoot.
Oh.
It gets tough with the hooves.
That's a bad idea.
Very tough with the hooves.
Yeah,
What
well-
would guns look like if all of us were hoofed?
Probably no triggers.
There'd probably be like a big button on the side that you jam, right?
Yeah.
But how would you hold it to begin with?
There's any number of problems arise when you remove opposable thumbs.
Yeah. Hooves in particular, though.
So it separates us from the animals.
Jillian showed me a video the other day. You know horse hooves?
Do you remember that?
Yes, of course I remember that. One of the many, many inciting incidents that caused me to hate you deeply.
So it separates us from the animals.
Brian kept like doing thumbs up right early in his Loveline tenure, and I kept going, dude, stop fucking doing your thumbs to people. Stop doing it to Adam and Drew every time they say anything. Like he'd give thumbs up. Like Drew would be like, next caller, and Brian would be like, yeah, next caller, thumbs up.
That's right.
We got to stop with the thumbs, dude. It's killing me. It's killing all of us, but I'm the only one saying it, okay? Got to stop with the thumbs. And Brian's retort was,
Anderson, it's what separates us from the animals.
thumbs are great. Opposable thumbs. It's what separates us from
Opposable
the rest of the
thumbs.
animals.
Every time you say that, I can't believe that it's true.
It's 100%
It's one of the only things you say where I go, this must be embellished.
Nope.
This cannot be a.
It happened in the hall, too. I think it was like after the show. I remember
Might have
where
been.
it was outside
It was
the
off.
studio.
It was off hours.
It was off hours.
Was he dead serious or was it played for
No,
laughs?
he was doing it for laughs. He had
Well,
the same
column A,
demeanor.
column B.
He hasn't changed much. I've changed with him a lot, but like I would just be like straight up like, no, Brian, stop.
Do
it,
not
dude,
do
look, do not do that. But like I was really angry behind it, and he would still come at me. It was just like attrition over the years. He just broke me down.
Like the Grand Canyon, like water flowing over a rock.
Just eroding him.
That's right.
When I realized he had a good sense of humor
Into
about himself,
something
I'm like,
beautiful.
oh, he gets it. Brian's in on his own jokes.
That's right.
That's the best part.
If he wasn't.
The thumbs, though. You know what Brian looks like on my phone, right? 'Cause
No.
he's
Is
in
that
my
a phone?
favorites. There's Brian right there.
Thumbs.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs.
Thumbs up for Bri.
Not bad. Not bad.
I don't know if it shows. Okay. Oh no, everyone saw that my mom was very high on my favorites list. All right, I love my mom. What are you gonna do? What are we doing?
Number 3 for me.
I was gonna say horse hooves.
Horse hooves.
My wife, she grew up doing a lot of horseback riding. She knows a lot about horses. I don't. She showed me a video to support this too the other day. Horrible. But horses, like their hooves continue to grow.
Yeah.
If you don't cut them.
You gotta change the shoes.
And if you're a small little pony type horse that's like stuck in some kind of muck and mire,
It'll grow like curved.
it grow curving upwards. Yeah, this little horse's owner was too old to do those, and apparently didn't have any like friends or family that would come over and help. So it was just like it looked like the front of skis, right?
Like an elf shoe.
Like an elf shoe, but it was very sweet because some people came in and they took care of the hooves, and then the end of the video is a little pony running around very happily for the first time in a long, long time.
Those are very satisfying videos. There's a lot of those on the internet of just re-shoeing horses like that.
Yeah.
They're very
Shaving sheep.
very satisfying to watch.
Oh, Valentine. All right, number 3 for you, Brian. And
Yeah.
then Better Brian.
You know what came up earlier was Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
I got a better movie for you.
Nope. There's no
World
such
War Z.
very- Brian actually said that. Do you not believe that too, Avery?
I
That's
believe
another-
said it's
that.
I
You
said it's
believe that.
as
I heard
good.
that
I
on the
said it's as
program,
good.
and I could not.
No, you just said it's better.
Hey, listen, people make mistakes. They own up to them. They shouldn't have suffered for them for years and years. In World War Z, this is
Or
actually
he
a good.
just liked that it ends in a freeze frame.
It does. It ends in a goddamn freeze frame,
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah, it does.
And in fairness to this movie, I've said this before. I saw this at the Duarte Drive-In Theater on the brightest moon night of the year. However, that said, I still know what I was looking at.
It's 3 stars. I couldn't. If you held a gun to my head, I couldn't give you a single line of dialogue.
Oh shucks, we're getting out of here.
I'm going
Very
to tell
PG-13.
you one right now. This is a good example for this list because they actually highlight and foreshadow inadvertently beforehand when Brad Pitt tells. So Brad Pitt is taking a virologist to where the first reported cases of this zombie outbreak was, and the virologist, he's just a scientist, right? Virologist, whatever. He hands it a gun, a firearm, and he's nervous. He's a civilian.
Yeah.
He puts his finger on the trigger.
He's a puss.
And Brad Pitt actually says, "Keep your finger off the trigger." The gun safety, right? And the guy, wouldn't you know it, zombies start to attack. The guy gets nervous, turns and runs, falls, shoots himself in the head.
Yeah.
And that doesn't bode well for humanity.
No.
And the virologist who thinks he can solve this case
He's now
blows
dead.
his head off.
Yeah, because of gun safety.
Well,
Yeah.
poor gun etiquette. To be fair, I don't think he was trained well.
No, I
Or
don't
at
think he was
all.
trained
Or
at
at
all.
all.
Yeah. That'll come up a little later on my list. Lack of training. All right, let's hear Brian, Better Brian's number 3. And
Better Brian. Number 3 is Robert Downey Jr. Is playing James Barris in A Scanner Darkly.
Wow.
In one scene, Barris builds himself a homemade silencer for his pistol. Before testing it, he proceeds to point the loaded gun at Rory Cochrane, Woody Harrelson, and then at his own head before pointing it at the sky and firing. Irresponsible handling and an unsuccessful silencer.
Very loud. I have not seen that.
Witness for approximately 61 cents of ordinary household materials, the perfect homemade silencer.
Barris, the neighbors are gonna hear.
Nah, they're only calling murders in this neighborhood.
Plus, Freckledeck, it's a silencer. They're not going to hear anything.
Well, I'm pretty fucking sure they're illegal.
In this day and age, the type of society we find ourselves living in, every person of worth needs to have a gun at all times to protect themselves. And we're off. Boom. Deux. Trois.
I heard it.
Not silent.
That sure is some silencer.
Yes, what it did was augment the sound rather than dampen it. But I almost have it. I believe I have it in principle anyway.
Oh, well, the good news is, regardless of what you do next time, it'll be a silencer to us because we're now deaf!
Love that Woody Harrelson.
Woody. All right, let's take a break.
What for? No, that was McCulley. You're right. Yep. Wait, why are we taking a break?
Bryan McCulley. Better Brian just did his number 3. Oh, why are we taking a break? We're taking a break so we can do a little Amazon reads,
Yeah.
some other reads. And
After that, more irresponsible gun handlings next. Blows my mind that, I mean, I think we're a few years past it, but I still have old man moments where I'm like, you can buy a 3D printer on Amazon, print things, print durable goods.
Right.
Someone got a Creality 3D printer, and I thought to myself, the future is here.
It is.
I've never seen one in action. I would love to see one
They
in
have,
person.
They have them like
Yeah.
an Office Depot. You can
Really?
just- yeah, and they demonstrate and whatnot. I mean, we'll be in the future when they're printing organs for us, which is coming.
I don't think that's that far off.
No, it's not.
I know they can
I'm
print.
talking about like dicks, like hogs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant like the
Not like
atrial.
life-saving stuff. No,
Sure, no.
It's always science is always. They actually cover this in Idiocracy. Like,
Right.
science is always going to be preceded with like male pattern baldness
Right.
and big dicks, and then it'll get into life-saving
Yeah,
stuff after
breast
Well, it's like-
augmentation.
Yeah. Any innovation finds its way to porn first.
Yes.
And then to the general pop.
Jillian was telling me, and I don't watch TMZ anymore, so I'm in the dark. But you know how like it was really in vogue to have the big butts, and they're getting injections and whatnot with the big butts, and it's weird because there's just like big butts everywhere now. Like because I guess like the commoners are getting their butts injected
Hasn't that been a thing for years for the Kardashians?
for a
and
few
all that?
they like few years now.
But the fake butts are, I feel like, relatively newer. I feel
Yeah.
like at first people just went, "Oh, I go to the gym. You just
Yeah.
got to work out to get one," and then the
I
fake
never
ones
really
started coming in.
noticed you see big butts on big people, but like big butts on like regular. It's like the annoying pregnant woman who
Right.
like she doesn't look pregnant except for that giant bulge. Like,
Sure.
You see women like that, but with
Wait,
butts.
that was Jillian.
no, she was no.
Really? I thought she was like perfectly slender except for the belly.
No, she got big everywhere. She still gets mad at me for laughing. But apparently, Jillian tells me that the stars are kind of now backing off and they're getting rid of their big butts,
Oh.
but the commoners are going to be stuck with their big butts
Oh,
forever
wow.
because they don't have the.
The wherewithal getting removed.
That's what she told me. That's what something she read or heard or saw. I don't know.
I thought Kim Kardashian was doing something like that.
She's
She
like
was-
reversing the butt.
Yeah.
Flat butts are in now.
Get that drop.
Just really leaving everyone holding the bag.
Other things purchased
Holding the cheeks.
on the Amazon link that sits topandersonandbryan.com include. Hey, big shout out to the person who got 2 Acer Swift 3 Intel Evo laptops. Not to be outdone, someone got, strangely enough, 2 of these. Chico Bravo Primo Trio Travel Systems. That's a quick fold stroller, high-end stroller, Anderson. 2 of them.
2 of them.
Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus was purchased. Oh, I should have said this. Hey, if you bought this, let me know because I was actually looking at this exact same thing. Jackal portable power station. This is like for power outages and whatnot to keep your appliances or your devices
UPS.
running. It's solar powered. I'm kind of curious about getting one, so let me know what you think.
Uninterrupted power supply.
Yeah. 3 Durham steel shelves were purchased. HP OfficeJet Pro wireless printer. Echo Track 25 Gore-Tex hiking boot. Bissell Spot Bot deep cleaner. 4 Coway. These are not words. Air Mega replacement filter. Coway Airga replacement filters. 4 of them. Brother printer drum unit. Someone got a Samsung T7 2 terabyte solid state drive. 2 Wenger portfolio envelope card holders were purchased. Did I mention? Yes, the Bissell. Perhaps this is the same thing, or the same person who got an accessory. The Bissell Pet Stain Eraser Power Brush.
Oh, it's happening again, Brian.
What? Like, oh yeah, I have a nasal thing going on.
Brian.
I don't like it. AG Lucky Countertop Ice Maker. Zhiyun Smooth 5 gimbal stabilizer. Skull Shaver, Pitbull Gold Pro Head Shaver, Cuisinart Coffee Maker, Anthony Glycolic Facial Cleanser, Jeep Compass Floor Mats, 2 Heavy Duty Garage Door Springs, Will Sail Portable Hammock. Someone got themselves a Viku Chaise Lounge Chair. Enjoyed that. Thome or Tomei, if you're a baseball fan, perhaps you pronounce it Tomei. Tomei Daily Multivitamin. And finally, someone got themselves a Perla Gear full motion TV wall mount. Nailed it effortlessly.
You didn't nail it.
Oh, Jesus.
Here are the movies that were clicked through since the last time.
Please don't make fun of me.
Dude, thank you for bringing that up, because last week after I left the show, I'm like, how did I not go to the please don't laugh on me?
Please don't make fun of me.
Please don't laugh is laughing.
Make fun of
It was a laugh. It was
Gee,
a
I
drop
hope
that Brian really
Please
thought
don't
was
laugh,
funny
yeah.
when a listener called in and was just very pathetic and sad.
Please
And
don't laugh, yeah.
everyone, the guest, the host, everyone was laughing at them. And then there's just dead silent, pregnant pause, and you just hear the poor listener go, please don't laugh on me. And it was a drop that we used for many years. And Brian sounds like that guy now.
I
He's
do.
the one who initially
It
thought
might
that
have
was
been
so
me.
funny.
I'm putting them on the air.
Here are the movies that were clicked through since the last time I talked to you. Thirst was clicked through, as well as Drag Me to Hell Unrated. That's the one that you and I watched. We liked it. Harlem Nights was clicked through, as well as Detroit Rock City. The Science of Sheep was clicked through, as well as
I think
Prisoners.
it's the science of sleep.
I said sheep, though, because it's the same word in my dumb brain.
Okay.
Prisoners was clicked through. Fuck yes. The Last Picture Show was clicked through, which I just heard my boys Eric and Bruce saying was not very good. I disagree. A Ghost Story was clicked through. Fuck to the yeah. Oh, so excited. So excited. Conor McGregor, Notorious. Fuck to the I don't know what that is. National Treasure. Book of Secrets was clicked through, as well as Love Story. You know, I've still not seen that Love Story.
What about National Treasure?
I've not seen National Treasure either.
Enjoyable.
Oh, yeah? Book of Secrets?
Guilty pleasure.
Oh, no. Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves already available. The Quiet Girl was clicked through, as well as Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania was clicked through, as well as Attack of the Dock, How to Blow Up a Pipeline, Renfield, The Mill and the Cross, The Great Buddha, Ford vs. Ferrari. I had some fun moments in there. The Good, God, I'm the condescending prick. The Good, yeah, some fun moments in Ford vs. Ferrari.
Hey, it's not a bad flick.
They shot that mainly at LAX, you know that?
Oh, I did.
The Good Fairy was clicked through, as well as Bodies. Brian, you see that yet?
We saw it together.
Bodies.
Oh, no,
I
no.
saw it in theater.
I saw
and
it
then you
much
caught it up
later.
later.
I saw it much later.
Okay, it is a Brian movie. Then Rachel was also clicked through. Rachel, Rachel. Nailed the post. You're welcome. And now back to the program. Or now hear these messages and then back to the program.
Welcome back. Time to dive back into some bad gun handling scenes. Number 2 for you.
Number 2 for me is sometimes it's the guns you don't shoot, Brian.
Sure.
That makes you an irresponsible gun owner, handler. Jeremy Davies plays Captain Upham in Saving Private Ryan.
He does. He's a meek man.
He could save his fellow soldier's life if he were better trained or had the wherewithal to use that gun.
Yeah.
And
He freezes up.
He freezes up
Yeah.
to the demise of his own fellow friend, Adam Goldberg, right?
Yeah, I believe it was.
And then also himself. He had the knife won out. Turns out when you're fighting Captain Upham, you bring a knife to a gunfight and you will win still, because
That's one of the few times.
doesn't know how to use that guy.
It might be more effective. In fact,
yes. And I think this was it was commentary, obviously, on there's a bunch of people at any wars, especially ones that are world wars or where there's drafts, that don't belong in war. They are not They're not made to be military people. They don't have it in them. And this kid in particular did not, and he was unable to use his gun when he most needed it.
Indeed.
And he was is irresponsible right?
I
think
know.
it's an irresponsible fact that he was in that position to begin with.
Yeah.
So it's a governmental irresponsible by proxy.
I don't think he handled the gun irresponsibly, but him being there was probably not the most sound decision.
So you could call it a clever pick. I find it irresponsible. I find war is irresponsible. I know I'm not even saying this, but it's unbelievable that we're this far advanced in so many ways, yet war is still an option and we still have them thriving around the world at any given time. It's unbelievable that that's where just what I know of human beings, what we're capable of. It's just still shocking to me that that's still something that the rest of us abide by and go, okay,
It's kind of crazy.
It is. But I guess the only way to stop it is with force, which is what
More
war
war,
is.
yeah.
So, yeah, it's a catch-22.
Oh, jeez.
That's why I was like very young and naive, but I'm like, why doesn't a government such as the United States come up with some kind of like serum or like gas where like anytime like there's just a word the world please, anytime any skirmish breaks out, we just take some giant B-22s over there and just drop the stuff that puts everyone to sleep for a day and we separate them. How about that?
We dose them and then we
Yeah. I was like 14, 15 years old when I came up with that. And I guess I haven't been talking about it enough since then
No.
because it's been a lot of years.
I haven't heard you talk about that.
I feel like we should do that.
I mean, it would be better than the massive loss of life.
Yeah. You know what would happen? You know what happened? It would work. It'd be effective. And then like we drop it like on a kid or something like the actual like serum would like kill
Or
a
a
kid from above.
canister.
And then like, yeah, we can't do this anymore.
Like the Minority Report.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like
I was
this
thinking
thing is
exactly
100% successful, except when someone on the inside
Yeah.
games the system. Oh, we got to cancel it.
Or like just by chance, like there is like one there was collateral damage once, so we're gonna have to cancel the whole thing now, and like wars are back on.
Where's your back?
Yeah.
Number 2 for me.
We could drone. We could just drone. Just send drones over there.
Yeah.
Give them the sleeping serum. Send a bunch of propofol or whatever it is, the drug of choice, and put them all to sleep.
And separate. That's a lot of manpower.
Oh, just MDMA. Let's just dose everyone with MDMA. Oh, but then the kids will be like, okay, we're going to start a war because we want MDMA drone coming over our neighborhood.
Oh, for your next party.
Next EDC,
Yeah.
just MDMA drone.
Oh, I love the idea of an MDMA drone. Fuck to the yes.
It's not bad.
Plus, I want to feel guilty because I didn't take it. I was just
And it could just float around a rave.
in the fire, so I'd be able to actually
You were a
enjoy
victim.
myself. I want to be like, what am I doing on MDMA as a father now? I'd be like, I didn't want
I had
this.
no choice.
I had no choice.
You just enlist. you're just
Oh, yeah. We need to get this going.
you're just walking over there with a rifle and your headphones, just waiting.
Mommy, where's daddy? He's being a hero, son.
No, you just do it with your neighbor. Like, we should both become sovereign countries somehow. You just spend all the time and the energy to actually legally
get
be a
dumped.
sovereign so that you can get the, okay.
That's a long way to go.
Very long way to go. Or I can just go in the corner and, all right.
Some might say, needlessly elaborate. Number 2 for me is a comedy and is played for laughs, although someone does handle a gun irresponsibly and suffers the consequences. Talk about Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Mm-hmm. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Great movie.
When a fun movie. When the sheriff is accidentally killed,
Great.
and the kids get into his car for a getaway. Chuck, one of the kids, he leaves the car and he grabs the sheriff's gun off his body,
Right.
and he points it at Tucker and Dale. It's like, "Fuck you, you motherfuckers!" And Tucker and Dale are they're alarmed. They're being a gun is being held to them at point blank range. Right. However, Dale, being Chuck, I should say, clicks the gun and nothing happens. Dale, being the very sweet, helpful man that he is,
Yes.
he's like, "Oh, you got to take the safety off right there." And the kid takes the safety off, looks at the gun,
Ironically,
and shoots himself in the face.
he took the safety off and then was
Became
immediately.
a lot less safe.
Yeah, like the whole point of having the safety on is that's when you're, and then once it's off, that's when you got to
That's right. Put it into action.
fuck that up.
Fun movie.
What is Bryan McCulley's?
Better Brian. Robert
We
Downey
could just say
Jr.
Brian.
We can just call him Bryan. But then people will be confused. See, we need a different.
You know what? You're right.
differentiate.
Keep going.
It's for clarity. Robert Downey Jr. returns again.
No other way to differentiate.
No other way.
No one could follow along. As Harry in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Harry tries to interrogate a henchman using Russian roulette as a scare tactic and ends up killing the guy and doing some terrible math. And this is a clip.
Anything about a girl, seriously. I was bluffing.
You know what? I think that you are bluffing right now.
Harry, what are you doing?
Well, what I'm doing for the guy who likes to bluff is I'm playing a little game.
This is
called
RDJ,
Am
right?
I bluffing? Huh? Where is she? Where the fuck
Sit
is
down.
Harmony?
Harry.
You want to play hardball? I can do that. Where is the girl?
What did you just do?
I put in one bullet, didn't I?
You put a live round in that gun.
Oh, yeah. There was like an 8% chance. Wasn't it
8%?
just 8?
8?
Yeah.
Who taught you
Maybe
math?
it's more. I don't know.
Shit.
That was Shane Black firing on all cylinders. I love that. You seen the Kiss Kiss
Cylinder.
playing?
Yeah, I enjoy that movie.
It's so good. So much fun.
Cylinders.
Remember that spider bite? It was just so random. And the spider tells you that
No.
it's just a unique movie that I think you could remove the spider. I need to say it again, but I remember the spider really. Okay.
Number 1 for me. It's an obvious choice. Oh, no, more for you. You go first. I'm sorry. I jumped your claim.
It's okay. It's mine I might get some blowback here from you, and I'm prepared for that, and that's fine. But if I have an excuse to talk about this movie, that's okay too. I have
It's the ghost story.
Jesse Armstrong is primarily known for being the show creator of the showrunner and creator of Succession, right? Before that, he did a movie that was beloved called In the Loop. Right after that, which I liked. I like In the Loop quite a bit. It was a behind the scene look, scripted politics and whatnot. Right after that, though, 2010 was when Four Lions
Oh, the Four Lions.
was written by Mr. Jesse Armstrong.
A lot of harm befalls our heroes.
And the scene that I'm referencing gives away quite a bit, so I'm just gonna leave it at this. Omar, played by Riz Ahmed, has a bazooka, and he's aiming it, even though clearly you can see the arrows pointing the other way. But it is a trope that has been done before. We saw it done in Commando way back when Ray Don Chong did the same thing, but on the city streets. I think it was out here, like West LA or something. She was trying to free.
In Falling Down.
Falling Down, yes. Every time there's a bazooka, chances are the first time you see it fired, it's going to be the wrong way.
Yeah, or incorrectly.
But it happens here in Four Lions, which if you have not seen Four Lions and you are familiar with Succession, now I would imagine at least everyone's somewhat familiar. And I think that at least two, if not all three of us can say it's just one of the greatest pieces of television ever made.
Hang her on her.
Jesse Armstrong is so talented at writing and writing characters. And that is no different from way back in 2010 when he made Four Lions. Riz Ahmed, of course, we all know him now from Sound of Metal, but he played one of four buffoons.
Would-be jihadists.
And it is a very risky movie in that sense.
This is a movie that shouldn't have worked.
It shouldn't have worked, but God damn it, it works. It is so funny. It is so smart and biting, and it's essentially a slightly elevated version of the Three Stooges, but there's four in this case, trying to commit jihad.
Yep. And harming themselves in buffoonish ways.
And I think this movie comes out today, and I think it's much more politicized, and there's a lot more noise and chatter around it. But at the time, we just saw it when it came out because it was getting good praise. And my God, this movie's hilarious. But yeah, the shooting of the bazooka, the wrong. I won't tell you where that lands, but it is very vital and important to not only the storyline but the world in general, as far as this story goes. Four Lions, highly recommend. You seen that Four Lions?
No, not yet.
So good.
It's the most fun movie about four jihadists you can possibly see.
It's unbelievably great, and they keep the comedy throughout.
Yeah, it maintains its tone.
It maintains exactly right.
Number one for me is a bit of an obvious choice. I found this movie confusing when I first saw it.
Brian.
However, I do have some a fun fact for you. Okay. I didn't have to research it because I already knew it.
Pulpy.
Pulp Fiction, of course, poor Marvin gets shot in the face with John Travolta casually.
Who's
John
that?
Travolta, Vincent Vega, casually waving his gun around towards the back seat. Marvin takes it in the face, and thus we have our final story with the Wolf, Quentin Tarantino, et cetera, et cetera.
It was written so that Tarantino could actually make a cameo.
That's right.
Are you going to talk about the controversy, or maybe there's some conspiracy theories on this one?
I didn't know they were the conspiracy. I want to tell you how the scene was originally written.
Okay.
It was not written for Marvin to get shot in the face initially. Initially, Marvin was supposed to get shot in the throat.
Okay.
And he was supposed to be sitting there gurgling while Travolta and Sam Jackson debated what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided the only humane thing was to then shoot him in the face, put him in his misery, which Travolta would do while Sam Jackson honked the horn, which was really poorly conceived because that draws even more attention to your rolling car of death. However, it's decided. However, Tarantino, this is an example of a deleted scene that is good they deleted it because they would
I think more often than not that's the case.
They would have ended up at the same place, like with the dead guy in the back seat with his head blown apart. So why waste time with? I think Tarantino himself even called it gross.
Yeah,
it's like a little gross.
Yeah.
So
if Tarantino's calling it gross, it's probably pretty gross.
So the
pretty
idea,
unwatchable.
Yeah.
The
only other thing that he would call gross is if like there was like a bunion on a foot. That's like the only other thing that he thinks is gross. Yeah.
What's the
toe fungus?
What's the conspiracy?
That he shot him on purpose because he didn't let him know about the guy that was in the bathroom waiting. And
I can't see that.
I think that Travolta has said that, and I think that he even I read some like article or some asides as to that being perhaps all these years later the characters are coming out and saying that's kind of what we were thinking on the set and while we were shooting the scene. Even Sam Jackson, I think, said it, and then Tarantino weighed in. He's saying it's one of those things that it's where however the audience interprets it is what it is, which I can't.
It would be
That'd be like God. It'd be like getting up because you are the God of your story, right? It'd be like getting the pearly gates and God or Peter, or is he just saying like whatever you think your life, if it was good or bad, it's up to you. Like,
What was the meaning of life?
Why'd you take my mom away from me? Well, what do you think?
what do you think? Whatever, however you interpret
Let's
that.
spitball it.
You tell us. You created it. You wrote it. What were you thinking when you fucking wrote it? Unless it's 2001 and it's all written for that purpose.
Why did Gio Johnny get evicted?
Why did
Age
he?
10.
I think the better question is, did he? Did he get evicted?
I need to know.
Or was this some nightmare?
Oh,
Gio.
all right, what's number one?
I just did.
Pulp Fiction?
No, we're waiting for Brian. Better Brian's. My number one is your Pulp Fiction is your.
Oh,
number one.
Marvin.
Speaking of confusing, my number one was Four Lions.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the
And then-
bazooka. You gonna give me bazooka as a gun?
Of course.
It's a giant gun, right?
Yeah, I mean, for the purposes of this list, yes.
Irresponsible in not knowing how a bazooka works, especially when there's such possibility for high collateral in the immediate area. Probably the most irresponsible I could find on the list. Yeah.
Fair. All right, McCulley, bring us home.
Four Lions.
Better Brian, his number one is Walter in The Big Lebowski.
Great scene.
The inspiration for this list, I'm putting down the bowling alley scene, but the money drop scene when he throws his gun out of the dude's moving car would work just as well here.
Before he barrel rolls out.
Yeah. But there's just something about Walter yelling about the rules while drawing down in a bowling alley that gets me. And of course, it would not be complete without a clip.
Smokey, my friend, you're entering a world of pain.
Walter, man.
You mark that frame and 8, you're entering a world of pain.
I'm not.
A world of pain.
Look, dude, this is your partner.
Is the whole world gone crazy?
Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules? Mark it 0.
They're calling the cops, man. Put the piece away.
Mark it 0.
Walter, put the piece away.
Walter?
You think I'm fucking around here? Mark it 0.
Oh, he cocked the hammer.
All right, it's fucking 0. You happy, you crazy fuck?
It's a league game, Smokey.
Wonder if John Milius was like half as entertaining as that to hang out with.
I mean,
Probably
maybe
not if it's real.
Yeah, not consistent.
Maybe not if it's real. That could be.
If he's actually pulling a gun.
That's the thing. Like I got people that are in my life, and like I can't stand being around them, especially for like a long period of time. But I'm like, if they're on TV, like if they were a TV character or a movie character, I would love them. It's just I don't want to be around them all the time.
Yeah.
You know, because there's no off, there's no volume.
Taxing.
Yeah. I'm like that with you, right?
Very much so.
Oh, that's mean.
I got you a beautiful gift.
You're being mean.
What's our listener list?
Listener list compiled by Mitch Burns. Tie for number 5 is Private Pile and Full Metal Jacket and A Christmas Story. Number 4.
All right.
I mean, Christmas Story, giving them the GD gun to begin
Yeah,
with.
that's right. The Red Rifle BB gun.
Number 4, the listeners, is Rust.
Oh,
That's rude, guys. Come on
It
now.
is rude.
What do you do with that movie? Like, has it been decided? I have not.
They're
looked
going
into
back.
it.
They're putting it
to
out.
finish it.
They kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's bad taste, but it's worse taste if you just make it all for naught. Especially
Yeah.
if it's a decent little picture over there.
Watching
cursed.
that scene where it happens is going to be.
They probably wrote around that. I would imagine.
You'd have to. Number 3 is True Lies, Jamie Lee Curtis stairs scene, and 8 Mile, where Cheddar shoots himself in the leg.
Great scene. That's the dude. I didn't realize that until researching this for this week. That's the dude from Breaking Bad. He's like one of the friends, I think.
It's been a long time since I've seen
He's
that.
a character actor, right? With the scrunchy face.
Yeah, the scrunchy face guy. Yeah.
Yeah, like that guy.
Number 2 is the aforementioned Boondock Saints cat scene. And number 1, I love that Mitch wrote it this way, the car scene from Brian's most confusing movie.
What is it?
Brian's confused by that.
And then the 2 that came to mind for me is I love when they're counting their the supplies and this is the end. And they've got a pistol. And James Franco's talking about how he saves all his
Yes.
props. And they're waving the gun around. And then Jonah Hill's like, let me try. And he's bang, bang, bang. And he's just pointing it at
Yeah.
everybody. They're all freaking out. Is great.
And it never goes off, right?
No, it never goes
But you
off.
think it's
you
going
think it's
to,
going
yeah.
because they're tossing it back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah,
And Seth Rogen's like, put the fucking gun.
Bang, bang, bang. I remember. That's a great call.
Great scene. And then the desk pop from The Other Guys is very good with Will Ferrell, where Damon Wayans Jr. convinces him that, oh yeah, when you make detective, everyone's first day you do a desk pop. He's like, what's a desk pop? It's like you fire your gun in the air from your desk. Will Ferrell does it. It's like, what the fuck? He's like, I can't believe you did it. This guy's out of his mind. Very good scene.
The one I wonder,
other guys.
I wonder if you're subliminally thinking about this, subconsciously thinking about this, because the waving the gun around and people ducking in mass was done in Weird Science.
Oh, it might be that.
Remember when he's convinced it's fake and then he shoots it and it's real?
It's something I've seen a number of times.
Yeah.
That could very well be it because I saw that way too many times. Also, Rance Brian. Bottle Rocket, great scene towards the end, and it's a misdirect as well.
Oh, the
the
Prestige.
gun goes off, and
The Prestige.
Prestige, yes.
Fingers get missing.
Oh man.
Starship Troopers. When
I
those
thought
live rounds
that was
on
the one that I
range.
left off my list because McCauley was going to have it on his list, and I absolutely love it. And in reading that, okay, so Starship Troopers are doing the live action training, right, where they're training with live rounds, which makes no sense at all. But it's the future, and it's like a different time. And I mean, the whole movie is a satire. But so they're using live rounds. Obviously, something really bad happens to one of the characters that we
I just got a good one.
grown attached to. But what else is happening is like there's no wall. Somebody pointed out in one of the message boards I was reading, there's no wall set
Separating.
up. Separating. Because they have all these simultaneous drills going on with live. So even if you do miss your target or
You're gonna hit something.
it's going to hit something. There's going to be collateral damage. So Starship Troopers
very
is a great
foolish.
one. And then I have one, but it's a total spoiler, but it comes from my Lahane, the Hate movie that I absolutely love. But it's the Lahane. And then Bobby Peru.
That's right.
In Wild at Heart, after the bank robbery scene, he's such a sick bastard, and he just wants to fuck over in a cage, a sailor, so badly that he trips, and things don't go well for him, his face, or the stocking that's covering his face. It's very gross, very, very gross.
Also Rans for Better Brian is John Travolta in Pulp Fiction. Starship Troopers, as previously mentioned. Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams in Game Night. That is great. Bulletproof cup scene in in Super Troopers. Will Ferrell with the dart gun in Old School, where he nails the dart. Wheezy Joe in Intolerable Cruelty, and Avi, or is it Avi? I don't remember. In Snatch.
Avi. Cousin Avi.
And one that I just thought of is the demonstration of Ed 209 in RoboCop.
Oh my God, it's great.
Where they have
Another
Irresponsible.
Verhoeven.
Yeah, where the executive is holding the chrome-plated pistol.
Yes.
And he's just waving around like,
No, but Ed 209, when he puts it down, too, and Ed 209 is irresponsible because he wasn't programmed properly.
Both,
yeah.
Or both the way the gun is being used and then Ed 209 where he just...
Oh, I wish I thought I might have had Ed 209 on my list, and I would have worn my shirt.
It's a good one.
It's a great one.
Just
the
came
duck
to
shirt
mind.
is good.
Oh, and he's such a douche the way he's holding the pistol. He's like, should I? Give me your money.
So white collar. Just
not a chance in the world that he thinks there's any danger.
Yeah,
and
because like the machine was created for him and his type. Like he is such an archetype and so stereotypical, that guy, but it's great and it works.
Yeah, and thinks that they're in complete control of this thing.
Oh, I love that RoboCop. The original RoboCop is it's phenomenal.
The remake's a little better, but
I like the second one too, RoboCop 2 with with Kane. And he's selling that drug. Nuke is the name of the drug.
Really?
Yeah.
Never saw.
Comes in a little packet, and you just jam it in and just squeeze the packet. Good stuff.
Let's gamble.
Gambling.
She has
last week.
sex with Kane, and he's like a robot.
Man,
you ever see that RoboCop 2?
Just the one.
Good shit.
Just first one.
RoboCop 2 holds up. All right.
I'll check it out. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Volume 3. We gambled on last time. Anderson guessed 71. Brian guessed 90. In a rare turn of events, the score went up from last time.
Did it go up enough?
We'll see. With 309 reviews, the actual Rotten Tomatoes score is 82%.
Oh, I won.
Making Brian the winner.
Yeah, by 1 point. No.
Congrats, buddy.
You
won by 2 points.
1.5 points.
Yeah.
Nice.
Congrats, buddy. Congrats.
Now, pulling victory from the jaws of defeat.
Mm-hmm.
This week, we have a choice. We can either gamble on Fool's Paradise or Blackberry.
They're both similar movies.
What about Book Club?
No Book Club, Rabbi. We want to do the Charlie Day movie. He wrote, directed, stars. That's Fool's Paradise. It looks very good.
That one has a wider range.
Only Blackberry has a score. Fool's does not. I don't think that spoils.
We want
anything,
immediate gratification. Blackberry is the movie about the BlackBerry and how it was invented.
And that has a score. Fool's does not.
Glenn Howerton's in that one there. Also from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Competing properties.
I know. It's weird. They're both coming out the same
Isn't
weekend.
it?
It's very strange. Because you think they're going to get some crossover for sure. People like me, I want to see both those guys.
So what do you do?
Whichever is more convenient, whatever is closest.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. I'm down with let's do Blackberry. It could be the bigger of the two. I think at least initial weekend. I think it has a
Makes sense.
bigger PR machine behind it. Okay.
BlackBerry. All right, got a number.
So do I. On 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 75.
71. Ooh.
Anderson guesses
feel more
75. Brian 71.
I would have done 70 if I knew you were doing 71.
With 44 reviews. The current Rotten Tomatoes score is 98%.
Holy shit.
It's pretty good.
I was off.
This means Brian will be seeing Blackberry this weekend.
Yeah, I
That's
already
what that
just
means.
bought my tickets just now.
All right, let's get out of here.
Thanks to our, jeez, we have so much going on. Thanks, Tyler Booth for Nausicaa last episode. Thanks, Bryan McCulley for the top 5 this week. Top 5 irresponsible gun handling scenes. If you want to assign us a topic, you can do so over on our Patreon.
Blackberry, I should reiterate too. It's Matt Johnson directed Blackberry, who I guess a lot of people would say hit and miss. The Dirties being a definite hit with anyone who saw it. Then he followed it up with Operation Avalanche, which was fantastic in certain scenes, and other scenes I think it might have just been a little bit too big, too soon for Matt Johnson. But this kid's not a kid anymore, but he's fantastic, and I'm very excited to see his follow-up, I guess, to Operation Avalanche. Matt Johnson.
What is going on here?
Oh, he's looking older. I haven't seen him in a while. Matt Johnson. I guess you're growing up, not a kid anymore. Matt Johnson.
There's a lot going on here on the listener art.
Very inside baseball.
It kind of
Quite
is.
literally.
All right, I gotta see this. And let's continue getting out of here.
Wait, is this from Moneyball or is this actual from like real life?
I think it's from real life.
Oh,
The photo, at least.
well then I'm making that action.
It's because we were talking about the weird beard.
Yeah, I've got
And
that.
It's just a play on how a
All right.
lot of MLB players now have that
Oh
exact
wow,
beard.
good call. Oh shit, you're right. They all
Okay,
Oh,
good.
they have the weird beard.
They all have the weird beard, even the ones that don't. I think where it was added on for the sake.
Yes.
Okay, so they're inside the locker room, and then obviously, because I think we were talking about. Yes,
good call,
We were
Kevin.
talking about there was a chance that's like a very slim chance, but there's a chance that all these guys in Major League Baseball that have this Amish-looking goatee
Sporloose fans.
are giant Sporloose. more specifically, fans of the killer in Sporloose.
Wow. Kevin Zinsmeister. Is this a new offer for Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin, welcome to the fold, my friend.
Deep
Jump
pull.
in anytime. That's good.
Is that him in the background? Is that the actual killer? Or is that
It must be.
I
It
believe
must
it
be.
is.
No, it is on the screen behind him, but the guy with his hand up on the wall there, he looks like. No, I don't think that is.
No, definitely not.
No, eyes are deceiving me. Okay.
Thanks, Kevin. Welcome to the Film Vault family. An auspicious debut.
Yeah, he CGI'd a lot of them on. Look at that one. He gave it a little gray on the tips.
Thanks to Lion Face Boy for being our featured artist this
Good.
week.
Nice work.
Check them and Kevin's art out at AndersonandBryan.com. Patreon, as always, The Film Vault on Patreon. Anderson and Bryan is the website. Thanks for continuing to use that Amazon banner.
Addie's Antiques on Facebook Marketplace. We just made a run to Vegas to get like a once in a lifetime lots of old antique, vintage Depression era glass shakers, like salt, pepper shakers, also cumin shaker, all these different kinds of shakers that a lot of collectors and the like.
Full
love.
lead.
They're in such great quality. We had to drive all the way out to Vegas to get them, but it makes sense on a business scale. Plus, it was an excuse to do something with the boy and the girl. So, really fun trip. And those will be Jillian will be putting those up on Addie's Antiques, which has a whole lot of fun stuff. Especially with we should have done a push for Mother's Day. We suck.
Oh, come on.
All right. Of course, loadedforbear.doc.com. We are doing work as we speak. I'm speeding home to get some work in before I got to pick up Atticus. And sorry for running long there, Avery, but thank you for all those who have given. If you needed more information, loadedforbeardoc.com. And actually, we have the budget at the very bottom and the PDF of the pitch deck. And any information or questions, shoot me an email. I'm always open and accessible. All right.
Very cool. Anderson and Bryan on Instagram and TikTok. The Film Vault on Twitter and Facebook. The Film Vault Podcast on YouTube. Thanks to everyone who helps the show. That's Giovanni, Mitch Burns, Mike Cole, and Eric Cass. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, Patreon listeners. Appreciate you. Until next time.
We thank Bryan McCulley for a good list.
Yeah, he's at
okay,
the top.
cool. Until next time, we do it for Van Gogh.